What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back for some more Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Now, we've got an entire country to explore, and I forget where we are. I know we were in Florida with Dupree. So yeah, we're still in Miami, and we've got a whole country. So I'm gonna just, kind of wander and see how far out west I can get, see if I can get any new characters to camp out with. I'd like to test out the hitchhike mechanic eventually, but doesn't seem to be any cars right now. Search.
Electric lamps stipple the cotton field before you with an orange light, moving like a group of lethargic fireflies. From the field, the voices of the workers reach you in a soulful, united song.
Hey, rest nearby.
You're gently lulled to sleep as the song floats over you. Hello, Lordy, pick a bale of cotton. Hello, Lordy, pick a bale a day.
Doze off.
You're pulled out of your slumber by a woman's pained scream and a collection of shouts rising from the field.
Oh, I'm not gonna force myself back to sleep. I'm gonna focus on the noise.
The woman's screams taper off, soon replaced by the raw cries of an infant. Applause briefly fills the night, eventually fading back into song. Oh, Lordy.
Oh, thank goodness, she just had a baby.
You wake up to the gentle crescendo of the worker's song, unsure if it ever ceased at all.
Interesting. Dude, I was trying to do the whistling mechanic. Walk a little faster, but I'm still having trouble with that.
A family of 9 invites you into their home for a meal. Hogs roam free in the yard. They wallow in shady patches of cool mud, not paying any mind as you pass.
Eat with the family.
During supper, the hard wind puts an awful burden on the walls. The glass dishes rumble on the table, but the mother seems calm.
Can't butcher a hog in these parts without me, Ma, hollering for pig's feet.
Ghosts? Or could we share? I don't know, man.
The mother's heavy sigh gives you the impression her children ask this often.
Me Ma wants more pig's feet. Heaven can provide.
Well, that was weird. Move on. Okay, I have accumulated a lot of stories. So I don't think I've exceeded any more than 3 stories for a tarot card yet. And I'm wondering if we will, and that's where we'll have to start picking and choosing which stories stay in our inventory. The bar is crowded with people from every walk of life. Businessmen, young men in muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses preparing their blood alcohol content for the night on the town. But it's the squat, sharp-eyed man in the fedora who catches your attention. Start a conversation. He launches into a wild story about Casey Jones, the fastest railroader in America. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about Casey Jones, the theatrical railroader. That's it? I think I like mine more. It's more exciting, sure. That's why I keep telling it my way, he says. Let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? By the end of the night, the whole bar agrees the new version is better. It might be because your new friend bought them all drinks. Move on. Okie dokie. I do recall last episode Dupree was still going to be in Florida, so this is probably her again. Yep.
I always knew you'd come loping back my way and catch me checking for marks.
Well, you were the closest character, so you know. And also, I don't think I have any scary stories left, so please do not ask for them.
How you been, traveler? I'm afraid I got myself in some damn tight spots since we last made bets with each other. It's the way of the world. You give too much, someone gon' take away too much. Just don't mind me if I seem like I'm wincing. It ain't you. It's just love making its way to hell. Come over. Come sit. Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
I don't know. Oh, well, this one just got upgraded to be more exciting, maybe.
Well, well, they should let you make the movies, honey.
Nice.
You walk by one place and suddenly you got a jarring feeling of deja vu. That feeling like you've been in circles but no one remembers you or knows you're there. That's what life feels like. Like walking in circles like roulette. And sometimes it's your number and most of the time it ain't, and you gotta store that energy, I learned. Store it for when you win. Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
Oh, I sure hope I do. Let's see. Oh, you're not gonna voice that? Were you trying to scare me? Sorry, honey, that one's boring. I did my best with what I had, ma'am.
I guess when you've been hurt like that, you wonder what the other person were thinking when they doing the damage. This boy, though, he were patient and fine looking. When I saw him with my baseball bag, I knew. As I ran up to snatch it back, I knew. And when he hit me, it hurt two kinds. It hurt two kinds. And the kind without the blood hurts the worst. Because the body heals and the mind don't. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood or something like that?
You just told me you had like a heartbreaking mental experience and you want to drown that out with a ghost story. Which I do not know if I have any more. Did I tell you about the soldier?
Just what I asked for. That spooky stuff gets my heart going like a good hand sometimes do. The things he promised me, it was like the world was looking into my soul and offering them on a plate. And maybe I bought into it because he was like me, crooked, playing the customers. He would count until he knew he could make a deal with me. It's possible he's still out there, loving me in a bathtub of money I made him. I close my eyes and remember that squint he had, like, "What you looking at, Miss Dupree?" And me like, "Oh, I just like looking." Hey, got any exciting stories? Like the movies?
I do not know. Maybe?
Honey, thrills is the stuff I live on. That one will keep me going. Freedom's a trap. The more they tell you you have it, the more they've taken it away. The more you try to move toward it, the more your legs get deeper into the web. I left jail one morning and the jailer said a sweet goodbye. And I walk out into the town square and a man spit on me for looking like I weren't dressed for outside. Got any stories with ghosts or murderers or blood or something like that?
Gosh, that is all you people want from me is scary ghost stories. Sure, this one was still pretty jarring.
God damn, you're giving me the chills, sweetheart. Maybe Lady Fortune has it in for me. I've been losing recently, on a tilt since he left like a branding iron ain't ever left my skin. When I was younger, I hadn't seen all the ways you can lose. When you're young, you don't even have nothing to lose. You can eat what you like and nothing give you indigestion. Now I don't say hello at gas stations in case someone somewhere trips on me. All this heavy stuff, it's nice to have someone to pay attention. Soothe my bruises, let the dice be. You want to play a few cards with me before you move on? Of course you do. Let's play slow for a while and you tell me a tale?
Still gonna be in Florida. All right. I guess I'll see you multiple times in a row because we're just stuck in Florida. Let's see. So I do think Jimmy said he was like gonna be in Alabama next. Maybe we'll just kind of walk this away.
The cave is really a man-made hole breaching into an earthen mound. The man, khakis dirtied by kneeling on the rough earth, has assembled a macabre little pile of skulls to the side.
What are you doing?
Readying these for sale, friend.
He wipes his hands on his pants.
This pile of skulls, clearly claimed from his enemies by an Indian chieftain, would be perfect for any cabinet of curiosities or sideshow attraction.
But why dig up a grave?
Why, these skulls belong to no one. They're just here, lying under this mound, waiting for an enterprising soul to make something of them. Isn't this what America's all about?
The writing in this game is phenomenal. I will leave it at that. Look deeper into the mound.
Little sunlight reaches that deep in, but you can still see the skeletal remains, their heads carelessly removed, laying neatly in their excavated resting places, each one lovingly surrounded by stone effigies, earthenware, and copper plates in the shape of winged warriors.
So I can either leave him be or threaten the man, and I do not approve of what he is doing.
You pause and consider this small man, greedily arranging someone's remains as though they were a trinket for a mantelpiece.
Tell him to F off or make up a ghost story. Well, considering most of the people I've talked to have wanted me to tell them scary stories, I think that is a viable option for him to take more seriously than me just telling him to F off.
It's crude and ridiculous, but he's a crude and ridiculous man. You have him run off the mound, sworn never to tell of what he's seen, for fear of monsters and ghosts. It's a small thing, but a kindness you hope.
Move on. Yeah, bump that. Dude, that is not cool.
Excusez-moi.
Beckoning you over, the woman shows you a letter, beautifully typeset on thick vellum. You're struck by the scent of a fancy department store? She points on the parchment to the address.
this address? You know?
Her accent is very thick.
Take a closer look.
You are dismayed to read the first paragraph. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet. And the address under the monogram in the letterhead. 12345 Road Street, Anytown, USA. The woman blinks, hopefully, leaning close over your shoulder.
Yes? You know this place?
She asks. Poor woman. She's been tricked.
Oh no, make something up or let her down. I don't want to make something up. Oh, let her down easy.
This place doesn't exist, you try to explain as loud and slowly as possible.
Of course she exists.
The woman snorts, thumping a fist to her chest. You struggle to make yourself understood, but the poor woman whisks the letter away and stomps down the street. Ah well, c'est la vie.
I wonder if I chose to make something up, it would, you know, have this opposite effect where, like, I don't know. I do think it's interesting that humans still have that language barrier of, like, if you don't speak a language, your first inclination is to talk slower and louder. Like, that's going to make someone else magically understand what you're saying. Move on. I believe this is where our pal Jimmy is going to be. Or Quinn and Mason. We just left him up in the northeast, didn't we? Here we go.
Old friend, it's good to see you again. I've been thinking about you often since we last met. Remember what we talked about before? The young man murdered? I can't get him out of my head. It's the kind of thing you hear about all the time, the kind of thing I've seen before, but I'm still thinking about it.
Oh.
You got time to talk? Maybe I don't have to be your preacher, and we can just chat. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
Ooh, exciting. Let's try the grave robber.
That's how it is, huh? Well, maybe you ain't seen as much of this world as I have. Choice? Yeah, some days. I really believe that we all have choices in life. We are truly free to decide whether to live moral lives or to throw ourselves headlong into sin and profit. But on days like today, I think maybe only God chooses, and he does so with arbitrary cruelty. Lately, my journey's been pretty ordinary, just walking church to church. What about you? Been on any adventures?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Molasses Man? Because I made a whole day out of it. We worked together, and that was pretty fun.
That strikes me as a shallow kind of hope.
I had a good time.
Joy? I'm a man of God, but I don't have no joyous Holy Spirit running through me. The only time I smile is when the congregation does. Hey, do you have any spooky campfire tales? Feels appropriate out here, right?
Always. I have an endless pit of scary tales. This one was very concerning with the lemonade, so I'm gonna pick that one.
Oh, you got me for a second with that one. My wishes, days like this, I only have one wish. Lord, let me see another year of life. Guide us away from those men who would kill us as soon as share a meal. Else there won't be a heaven, only more heartache. Anyway, why don't you tell me a scary story? You must have heard some good ones.
I don't know if I have any more. Well, okay, yeah, I didn't tell you about the New Orleans woman.
Oh, you could rattle a congregation's bones, I bet. Fate and fortune? Well, crimes like this make destiny something easy to believe in. It washes our hands. It tells us there's nothing that could have been done. But it washes the hands of the offender, too. It is fearful resignation and nothing more. You must have seen some pretty wild stuff on the road. What's the most exciting thing you've seen?
I'm gonna need to put some distance between myself and the next time I talk to him, because I'm starting to run out of stories for him. I need more stories.
Different folks have different senses of humor, I suppose.
I'm doing my best, man. I've not traveled to many places yet, as you have repeatedly pointed out to me.
This country? Listen, I saw his face. I opened the lid and saw what they did. A country that lets the men who did that to him live full, happy lives. That country ain't no home. I've got to go now, friend. Headed to a congregation over this way. Long walk alone, and this boy won't leave my head.
I hope we can bring him peace. Some kind of peace.
And I keep thinking, I left America when I was his age. Lied on the forms. Told him I was 25 when I was 17. I'd heard that the 369th Infantry Regiment needed a chaplain, so I told him I was a preacher. Don't get me wrong, I believed fervently, but I wasn't no reverend. I just memorized a few verses, some psalms, enough of the commandments to make them think I was a true man of God. Oh, my proud, arrogant lips.
Okay, so now that we know that he was in the military, surely I can tell him Mason's story soon. Now, where the heck am I? Oh, so many campfires. Oh my gosh, okay. That's Georgia, Alabama. I need to put some distance between myself and Mr. Jimmy because I need to collect more stories. So let's see where I am in the map. Okay, so he's further down. He's like on the Alabama-Mississippi border. So what if I go up Alabama and toward Tennessee? Let's get some new characters up this way. Maybe we'll do like a little up and down zigzag across the country. Oh no, I'm still feeling it out. I say which way is north? Oh look, it's Atlanta. I don't think we've been to Atlanta yet. Let me put on auto walk and do a little whistle. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. Oh, I could always hop a rail car and go into another mystery state. Alright, I'm out of money, so let me earn money first and then I'll explore. You wandered the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's look for work because that seems to be more enjoyable than just panhandling, but I could meet interesting people panhandling. But I'm gonna look for work again. Digging holes, not what you had in mind, but dang, they're digging a lot of holes in this park. A foreman assigned you to a work group with a mix of other disheveled men and women and sends you off to dig a pit by the water fountain. What's this about, or to keep quiet too? Let's keep quiet this time. The foreman keeps coming by to ask what you found. At one point, you dig up something suspiciously bone-like and everyone gets really excited. It breaks apart in the foreman's hands, though. It's just a rotten stick. By nightfall, your many holes have turned up nothing interesting. The foreman pays out pretty well, though. Nice. Okay, I'm good on my heart and my sleep, so I'm gonna save my money. Let's explore.
You find yourself in a poker game on the 3rd floor of the Winecoff Hotel. Sometimes these things just happen. The man with the burned face to your left, he never gave his name, growls at the smiling man seated on your right. You ain't got the stomach. I killed men for lessons in that pot. Smiler plays on and takes the hand. The burned man bares his teeth.
Yes, because the last poker game that we were involved in turned out so well. Deal.
This hand comes down to the burned man and Smiler. Walk away, boy, says the burned man. Smiler drops his grin. I ain't your boy, Roy. Roy's eye twitches. Smiler outplays Roy again, and a new hand comes around.
Look at your cards.
You've got an okay hand. Not a world beater, but not nothing.
Press your luck or play cautiously. I'm gonna play cautiously. I feel like that's what I would do in real life.
For a moment,
Oh.
you think you have it. But Smiler calls and you're outclassed. Roy's preoccupied and has to be nudged into dealing.
Well, I've got no other options, so I'll play on.
You finally hit a decent hand.
Make it count.
Roy is still staring at Smiler. What'd you say your name was? I didn't, but it's Jackson. Jackson, repeats Roy. I knew a Jackson once. There's a fierce look in Roy's eye.
Let's see him.
You play your hand well, but Smiler has you beat. He takes the lion's share of the chips on the table. Roy cashes out and slips away. You play a few more rounds, but that hand practically sewed up the game.
Did I lose all my money?
As you leave the hotel, you smell smoke. You cross the street and look up. Flames have engulfed the third floor, where you played the game. The fire spreads hungrily. People are leaning out of windows on the floors above, but you can't see any way to help.
Oh my god, no, that's sad. Ugh. Yeah, I lost all my money. Well, time to leave. Well, I'm out of money, so let's hop a train. Or should I, what's this over here behind Atlanta? Maybe I'll see if I can scoop up another story first. Oh, there's a lot over here.
The lightning starts in the next valley over. Then the wind picks up. The long grass hisses, and suddenly, it's raining so hard you can barely breathe without a hand over your mouth.
Ooh, search for shelter.
The lightning momentarily illuminates a farmhouse on the opposite hilltop, the only one for miles. Much closer, though, is a silhouette of a dilapidated barn.
Head for the house or make for the barn? I'm gonna head for the house.
You pound and pound on the door of the house, but you only get confused shouts from inside. Soon, you give up and head to the unlocked shed, where the empty wood bin makes a good enough bed.
At least it's dry.
In the morning, you're woken suddenly by the sound of clattering china. A tiny old woman bends over you, silently offering you coffee. She serves you half the pot before she lets you get up and leave for the morning.
Move on. Ooh, and the time of day has changed. That's interesting. I think it's something that we noticed previously. Okay, apparently I've abandoned. There's a lot going on over here.
The woman finds you as you wander the streets. Come with me, child, she says, looking you up and down. We're going to church.
Aren't you the purple French woman? Looking for a fake address? Okay, well, I'm not going to tell you no, so I'm going to accept.
You follow her to a simple clapboard building. There's no steeple, but a cross is painted on one side.
Enter.
Inside, you sit for what seems like years as the preacher drones on about the various virtues expected of his faith. Brevity is not among them, apparently.
Move on. Maybe Jimmy will appreciate that one. That one, there's a lot of cars here. I wonder if I can hitchhike. Oh, awesome. Thank you, stranger. So I guess, unlike the train, if you hitchhike, you get to actually see some of the outside landscape. So if you do want to double back, you can. Okay, let's see where we are on the map. Alright, we're all the way in Mississippi. A little bit further than I intended to go, so I guess maybe turn back around, try to head up towards Tennessee and catch 2 more characters. Okay, I'm getting better at the mechanic. The whistle mechanic. Alright, new character.
I take a look at you and figure we're heading to the same place. You've been walking a long time, same as me, trying to find where you fit. You ever wonder if that place don't exist? No shame in it, I do. Plenty of time I wonder if I'll just walk forever. You start to wonder, how did I get here? When you're alone, all you have is all this time. Time to trace the lines back to where things started. But anyway, now I feel like hearing a hopeful story. Got any of those?
I sure do. Oh my gosh, these characters are so wise. Hopeful. I think he would like the lighthouse story.
Good to hear a story that's more happy than the world really is. Nice to escape.
Nice to meet a man who's not going to demand a ghost story for once.
I think about the past sometimes. I never wanted nothing but to be a farmer. To do honest work, get an honest wage. I ain't never gonna be a farmer now. Not much use to think about it. You got any good happy stories? Where things work out for someone, maybe?
Oh, I sure do. I think. Should. Yep, the brothers.
That was a good one. Wish I could have your stories around when I'm in a dark place, you know? Family. The Sharecroppers Union told me they were like a family. You ever get in a firefight for your brothers and sisters? So, tell me a sad story. Sad and true, okay?
Okay. Ooh, I can tell other character stories. Mason?
I hear you. Change. When I was a young man, it took a while for me to accept that all things change. When I did, I leaned into it hard. Sometimes you need to salt the earth to get where you need to go. So how about a scary tale? We're here at a campfire in the dead of night after all.
Should have known I wouldn't be able to get out of here without telling a scary story. Seems to be the only constant.
Well, well, you're good at telling these. I felt lucky before. When I joined the Union, it seemed like I was riding on the backs of angels. Like it was a real opportunity, like God was on my side. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
Yeah, I haven't used this one yet. That was real sad.
Body and soul. Well, as far as love stories, I mostly love work.
I like that their dialogue that follows kind of plays off the types of stories you tell them.
Working the land felt natural. It felt good. It was the work itself, the labor, the sweat, and knowing that I could point at it and say, that's mine. Here's the sun. I got to get going. My route goes up this way, but I sure did enjoy talking to you.
I enjoy talking to you too.
It's probably the kind of story you've heard a million times. Down on your luck, need work, take whatever you can get. How about you? Does my life sound familiar?
Yep. I guess see if we swoop up this story and then go hear another more elaborate version of a story I already know, and then keep going north.
You pass a meadow where migrants have made a campsite. It's been trampled to pieces. A few families are fleeing, running as fast as they can back up to the roadside. An enormous bull stretches himself beside some of their squashed supplies.
Take something for yourself or leave it be. I'm going to leave it be.
The bull locks an eye with you and blinks long and slow. The closest thing to a cow threat you've seen in your life. You leave him as spoils.
Move on. I really appreciate the compass at my feet because I'm getting all kinds of turned around. These men lean against the wall of this hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the taxi, which shows its riders the future, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. Wait a second. You recognize the story. It's a story about the odd silent taxi cab in Boston. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asked one of the men's eyes. Think that really happened? Of course. I need... Because that seems like the most dry story I have right now. So yeah, let's add some flavor to it. Well, I'm not sure myself, he replies. Dang, that sounds wild. Move on. Okay. I have to say, this is like a very creative way to make a... Oh, it's Nashville. Alright, this is a very creative way to make like a casual, slower paced game, visual novel storytelling. Like, I can honestly say I've never experienced anything quite like this before. And I like it. Althea?
I wanted to be the best blues singer in the world. By God, I was. I was born a poor girl in Memphis, Tennessee. No father. He run out. No mama either. She was there, but she weren't there really. All alone but for my Uncle Richard, my baby brother Marcus. All alone but for the guitar. Ooh. Now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Boy, oh boy, I got some of those. Let's see. The sadness doesn't really equate to tragedy per se. All that, I think I figured out where to do the lineman story. That's pretty tragic.
That's like a song. Pretty and sad. I wasn't one to accept death. To live beside it, that wasn't my way. Now, I told myself I was running away to take care of my brother Marcus. But I was just running. Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Miami.
Oh, now, that pain. Don't believe what anyone promises you about the future. I signed a contract. I thought it was to lead to fame and glory. But it was a lie. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Yep, I was waiting for that one. Okay. Okay. Haven't told about the woman in the yellow ribbon in a while.
That's a mite sad right now.
Never mind.
I got stories about sadness. Something in my mama just broke when my father left. Couldn't get her to eat most days, let alone feed me and my brother. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Okay, redemption. Where's the soldier boy? Where's the seance? Okay, the Gris. You pulled a knife on me, man. That was scary.
Ooh, now, that sends shivers up my spine. Yeah, I heard stories about fate. The man, he told me with my voice and my songs, I was gonna be a star. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Again. Alright, where's my Jersey Devil?
Oh, that's a scary one.
That's like my Trump scary story card.
Home. And sometimes home speaks to you. But I felt like a foreigner after Uncle Richard died. I dreamed all night of running away with my brother, discovering we were African royalty, a little prince and a little princess. Ah, the sun is up. One more night gone. If you want to hear more about the deal I made, you can look for me up the road this way.
I keep wanting to hit continue, but I have to close the map first. It will click one day.
I was about 25 when I left my first record contract. No more richer than I was before. Those men took me around like a freak show. Me and my guitar, my sad songs. I didn't know what to do once I was free again. Alone, drinking my sorrows. That's where the devil found me.
Ooh, okay. I feel like we accomplished a lot this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Join me next time for another round of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. This is a very chill-paced sort of game, and I'm down for it. And I hope you are too. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And, you know, if you live in the States, let me know which state I should travel to next in the comments. I hope to see you next time. Bye!